Hello! So today I am going to be doing a eye look that I did for Halloween. It's really easy, so hopefully you can, follow along and everything. I will be using the Makeup Revolution's Jack and Sally palettes that they had made, I think, a year ago? Um, Maybe 2 years ago, actually. Gosh, how long ago was it? Does it say it on the back? I don't see a year on the back. Well, I know it was a while ago. They did it for Halloween a couple of years back. I want to say it was a year ago, but I'm not too sure, honestly. Okay, so I already washed my face and moisturized and everything. But I go in with e.l.f. primer, eye primer for my eyelids. Let me pull my hair back a little. Okay. So I use my finger to just kind of prime my whole eyelid. And I even do a little bit like underneath my eye, because I like going under my eye a lot with makeup when I do my eye looks. Then for the other side, same thing. Okay. And after I'm done priming, I like to use an eyeshadow that's similar to my skin tone. I'm sorry if you hear my dog whining in the background. So for this case, in this palette, I'm gonna use this color called Mare. It's like a slightly brown. I'd say, now I don't know if it's like a cool brown or a warm brown. All I know is that it's a brown similar, a little lighter to my skin tone. So I just take it and I do my whole eye, including like up to my eyebrow. Just the whole thing. And I do this so that I can even out my skin tone there. It just helps like put a blank canvas on, right? So kind of like when you're going to paint, you usually prime your paint, your canvas with like solid white or solid black, so that you'll have like a nice even surface to work with. So that's what I like to do. And by no means am I professional, and by no means do you have to do this exactly the same way, right? I'm just showing you the way that I like to do it. So after that, what I did was I chose out two colors that I liked that were in the blue family. So I chose Dead of Night, which is this like purpley blue, and then I chose this Master Fright up here at the top. So now that I have that, I used a detail brush so it's like a thinner, fatter kind of brush, but it still has kind of like that pointed edge. Kind of tapers off at the top, right? That's what you call it, right? It gets smaller at the top, right? So let me just check the colors again. Yeah. So those are the two colors. There's the this one right here, this like slightly darker purpley one is the Dead Night, and this one is the Master of Fright over here. So I did those two. And so I did the Dead of Night in this area, and then I did the Master of Fright back over here. So I'm just basically showing you by marking where I'm gonna put them real quick. Okay. No. I know it looks crazy, right? Okay. So, let me wipe off my fingers real quick. It's staying on there. These are really deep colors too, so like they do like stain sometimes. Of course, if you get like makeup wipes and everything, you could probably get it off pretty quickly, but I don't have any makeup wipes with me like right now right here, which is probably bad of me, right? But okay. So going in with the Dead of Night. Maybe I should grab a mirror for this part. And I am back with a mirror so that I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so I went ahead and I put the Dead of Night all across my eye. Just like that. And I know it's so weird that I'm doing this with a detail brush, right? Because, well, if you're just gonna put it across your whole lid, why don't you just use, like the shader one or whatever? Well, the reason I do it is because I like to make a cleaner line right here in my crease. So I like to keep it nice and tight, and this detailed brush helps with that. So, okay. And now I'm going in with the Master of Fright. And I'm just gonna use that to kind of shade in the back end. And with the Master of Fright, I pack it on there, and then I make sure to go over the crease with it. So that makes that crease really nice and dark. So, doing the same on this side. And then I can never get my two eyes to look the same, right? Everybody says they're sisters, not twins. So, it's okay if they don't look exactly the same, right? Okay. And I'm just gonna pull it out just a tiny bit on both sides. Okay. And then I'm gonna fluff this out a little bit over here. Kind of like tap, get rid of some of that excess. And then I will go back with a shade brush. And now this one is the like kind of, you know, fatter one, right? I'll let you look at it because I don't know how to describe brushes, but it's for shading. So, and then I will lightly do that Dead of Night again over here in the center, just kind of just tap it in. And if it's a little patchy right here, like where where the two mix, don't worry about it because we're gonna cover that up. Okay. I need to grab. I have a Morphe brush. It's M167. It's this like flat kind of brush. I use this to really pack like glitter on. And I need another brush real quick. Sorry, this one right here. I use the e.l.f. blending brush to kind of like blend things together. Here in a second, I'll show you. Okay, so these colors, the two colors that I just did, are from the Jack Skellington palette that I have. And now I'm gonna go in with some of the colors from the Sally palette. Sorry, this one has a little bit more glue here on the side, so it still kind of closes pretty well together. This top color here, it is called Ghost. It's a very shiny silver color. Like, goodness. Can you see that? It's very shiny and silvery, okay? So, let me wipe that off, because we don't need that much. Just showing you, right? Okay, so, I'm gonna grab that Morphe brush that I showed you and just kind of pack that on and tap that right in the center. You know, that little part that I told you don't worry if it's patchy? This is why. Just pack that, tap it in right there in the center. Same with the other side. And you know how I made that like line, that distinct line to show my crease? I don't like going over that. I maybe will reach it, but I don't like going over it. So just tap it in. And because it has that like blue base underneath it, it gives that really like nice kind of like different kind of shade as you move, because at some like aspects it looks white and others it looks blue. That's, you know, that's what we're going for here. Okay, and so now that I did that, I am getting my smudger brush, which looks like this. Okay, and I take some of that Ghost and then I put it on my waterline right here. Both sides. Whatever I did to one, I did the other basically. Okay. And then because this is a Halloween look, yeah, it's okay to get just like a little bit messy. I don't think anybody really cares, right? Okay, so now that I'm done with that, this is another, let me work on the bottom line again. So we're going back into the Jack palette and we're going with Behemoth, whatever, this blue one, this one right here. I don't know how to pronounce that. I think it's Behemoth, but I'm not too sure. Okay, so go in with that blue and still the smudge brush, and I did that all right here just to give it like a lighter pop down here, kind of like a neon lower eye. Sorry if I do this a lot when I do my makeup. I try to like pull my my waterline down a bit, right? And once again, it's okay if you're really messy with this one because it's a Halloween look. I don't think anybody's really gonna care that it looks, you know, everywhere. Okay, so after I'm done with that, I'm gonna use the e.l.f. blending brush I showed earlier and just kind of like throw some of that off my face and mix it with the Ghost that we put towards the center over here. Okay, there we go. Cool. Looking great, you know? Okay. I want to say it was Jack's house. Or was it Jack? No, it was Jack's house. I mean, it was Jack. Dang it. Some of these colors look really similar because, you know, they are like a pair. It's Jack and Sally, you know, the palettes. So some of them go really well together and some of them kind of look the same. So I'm using Jack, which is the one underneath Ghost in the Sally palette right here. It has a little bit of like silver flakes in it, silver glitter. I'm using that to go on the outer sides of this look. So we'll be using that detail brush again. Trying to look for my mirror. I don't know where I set my mirror down. Okay. Packed it on there. Okay, tap. And then and you'll see what I'm about to do with this, okay? So once again, I go straight on that crease line a little bit above where we had the darker blue, just a tiny bit above that, okay? If you want to do it right on top of the blue line that we made earlier when we did the crease, that's fine. It doesn't really matter, but I just do it a little bit above so that they'll kind of blend together. But yeah, I want to make sure that I get it all in the crease. Like I said, I did it just a little bit above where that dark blue line was. Now, this is the part that takes like 50 minutes, but I'll probably just pause it and then you'll see afterwards, after I do just a little bit of it. So you see, I have that black line there now. It looks more on this side than you see it on this side. So I'll go ahead and show you on this side. You see how there's that just ever so black slight line up there? Yeah, same over here. I take this and I start just pulling that. I do little circles and then I flick out. So little circles and flick out, little circles and flick out until it becomes all kind of smoky on both sides, okay? I'm gonna pause it, or not pause it, you know, just, I'll be back. Okay, and we're back. So I don't know if you can tell the difference or not, but I smoked it out a bit with that. Sorry, with that clean. This, by the way, this is a clean blending brush, the e.l.f. one that I had. I make sure to keep a clean blending brush just for like this purpose so that it just smokes it out instead of like mixing. But you can see over here too, it just kind of slightly smoked it out on the edges there. Now, I like to just take my finger and just wipe upwards on both sides to kind of make a cleaner cut on my eyes. Because, you know, when you're brushing everything out, you tend to get powder even like down here. You can go ahead and use like a makeup wipe or anything like that you want to just like clean it off with. But if you use a makeup wipe, sometimes it leaves it way too clean, and so it looks like a big line on your face. So I tend to just use my finger because that way it kind of like mellows it out. So there's kind of like a transition still there, but it's not as like pronounced as if you would use like a makeup wipe, you know? There's still some like residual, so it doesn't look too pronounced, too bold, too oh, I cleaned this, right? Sorry, let me pause so I can clean that. Okay, something else that you can also do after like you clean it is just take your clean blending brush afterwards and just kind of like pat it back down to like the size that you want it, so you can have your nice like little wing moment, you know, because that's what it is. essentially is just a little like wing to the end of your eyeshadow. Okay, and honestly, to me, it looks fantastic already, but I'm just conceited. We're gonna put in some eyeliner, and then after the eyeliner is where I'll do a little bit of extra decoration. So I'll be back with my eyeliner. Okay, and I'm back. So I went ahead and did my eyeliner and mascara. You can put on falsies if you want. For the eyeliner, I used the e.l.f. Waterproof eyeliner pen that they have. I love the tip on it. I also use the ColourPop ones that they have. I just really prefer eyeliner pens over like gels or pencils. I will say though, I use the gel liners. This is a ColourPop gel liner. It's in black as well. Boop. There we go. Excuse me, it's in black as well. I use gel liners to do the water lines of my eyes. So I did go ahead and use the gel liner to do the waterline of both of my eyes fully from inside to outside. We already have this silver kind of packed down here, so it'll give it more brightness. And then with the black in there, it'll make it look deeper, right? So I went ahead and did my eyeliner. You can do it however you want, really. Honestly, for the effect that we're doing here, you can kind of like curl it upwards too to make it kind of look like the mountains in, or the hill in The Nightmare Before Christmas, if you'd like that too. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a little moon right here on the tops of our eyeliner. So what I did to make that is I used, and you can use, you know, whatever brands you want, as long as they're like similar, right? So you can use whatever gel liners or eyeliner pens that you're used to and comfortable with. I'm not saying like these are the ones you need to use, right? But these are the ones that I used for this look in particular. I have this jumbo eye pencil from LA Colors. It's in white. It's just a giant like crayon kind of looking eyeliner. And yeah, it's a little dirty, but you know, who cares? So what I did is I'm gonna take this and make a circle right on the like tips of where my eyeliner is. So I like to draw an X and then kind of like fill it in. There we go. So just once again do an X here. And if it's not in the exact same place on both sides, you know, I don't think there's an issue with that. But you can be as perfect as you want or as imperfect as you want. Okay, well, they look completely different, but that's okay. I will say it's a little harder to work with when it's on your actual eye like this because, you know, you pull your skin and all that, so it makes it kind of harder to, like, mess with, but if something goes wrong, you can just take a piece of paper, toilet paper, tissue, something soft so that it doesn't really hurt your skin, or you can take a makeup wipe. I would advise not to use a makeup wipe because if you use a makeup wipe, then you're going to get rid of all the eyeshadow underneath as well. So I'm just using tissue paper and just slightly wiping off where I feel like it's not rounded enough. Just lightly. So basically it's just like smearing it. But because everything underneath is already kind of shadowy, kind of gives you a little bit more of a leeway to do that, right? There we go. Cool. And now to me, sorry about the noise. To me, they look even. Once again, it's not going to be exactly the same, so don't worry if it's like kind of not the same on both sides. But yeah, okay. So that gives you your little base for your moon. And what the next thing I did was I took the Sally palette and used my concealer brush from e.l.f., which is this little one here. And I used this Dr. Finkelstein, which is like a slightly light gray. I used that one. I just kind of took a little bit and then dabbed it on there. So just to give the moon a little bit more of a gray tone, because you know, the moon's not completely white, right? So there we go. And then I took, don't judge me, a paintbrush, this really thin paintbrush. And I went in with that Jack that we used earlier and just kind of made kind of like a crescent on the outside. You want to outline the whole moon, but first you want to kind of do this part a little bit darker and then go through the sides a little bit thinner. My husband just got home. Hello. Hi. How's it going? I'm doing a video. He let the cat in here. Same thing on the other side. So just outline it. Try to do one part a little bit darker and then the rest of the outline a little bit thinner. Once again, using something thin like this kind of helps. But let me get it done. Sorry. But yeah, you just kind of want to outline it to make sure that people know that it's supposed to be there. It's not just some weird circle you have on your face. Okay. Alright. You can add glitter to it. You can do whatever you want with it afterwards. I'm gonna go back in with my white pen and just kind of thin out the edges of this side because I made that a little too big for my liking. The edges on the outside. Can you see my cat? Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow. She's scratching me. She wants attention. Oh, Mavie! Oh, she just woke up. Do you want to know? Come on. She doesn't know how to jump properly. Come on. Mom's gonna pick you up. Apparently we're taking a cat break now, guys. How's it going? How's life? How are you doing? We're almost done with the look, so it's okay, right? You guys get like, what, a couple of minutes of cat time. Her name's Mavie. We adopted her a while back. She was really sick. Yes, she was. She was really sick. But we helped her get better, and now she's so lovey-dovey. Yes, she is. But she demands attention, so if you don't give her attention, she will scratch you. It's quite awful. Okay. I'm gonna put you down now. Alright, so you can be as artistic as you want with the moon or as unartistic with it, you know? So you can make it more detailed, less detailed, whatever you'd like from it. Okay, I'll bring you in closer so you can finally see that this is the final look. It's just a little moon on the side of your eyes with a lot of blue. So, yeah. You can go with a dark lipstick or light. Doesn't really matter. It's up to you, right? Whatever you think looks best with what you have on and what goes well with it. But yeah, so that's how I did this look. And I think it's really good for like a Halloween look. I went as a Twilight Witch, which not like the movie with the vampire Twilight, but I like an actual Twilight Witch. But yeah, so please excuse my wardrobe. I look so bad today, but I just wanted to do a quick little tutorial on it. I say little, but this has been really long. Yeah. And then you can, I don't know if you do your foundation beforehand or whatever, but yeah, this is just the eye look, right? So we're just looking at this and then just looking at how it turned out. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. I hope you like it. If you want more tutorials or anything like that, maybe a look that you want me to do, just let me know and I'll try my best to do it. I'm sorry, the cat's demanding attention if you see her over here. Don't mind my like bags and stuff on the floor. Okay, sorry. Okay. Thank you guys. Love you. Take care. Be safe.